Welcome back, everybody, to the Natty 19 podcast. Hope you had a great week. You find us on all that stuff.
That was fucking weak.
Facebook, Twitter, blah, 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 blah.
How's it going, everybody? This is Jonathan Marshall from the Natty 19 podcast. Against all professional and personal recommendations, I absolutely refuse, this week anyway, to list off all of our social plugs and all that good stuff. You guys know where to find us. You already found us. I will, however, say thank you so much for being here, listening to us. We greatly appreciate any kind of input or feedback you guys have. Leave us comments. Write in at natty19podcast@gmail.com. We will reply, I promise. We love this stuff. Anyway, I'm incredibly excited to bring to you guys episode 7. Let's get right into it. Let's roll for initiative. Natty 19. At the request of all of our fans and their love for Zavril, I am looking into this jungle forest favored terrain. This way Zavril doesn't die.
What's the holdup back on this ranger favored terrain thing? So we already came to a conclusion. There's forests and jungles.
Right. I mean, I have no problem, at level 6 being able to take jungle if the option is presented.
That would make more sense anyway. It's not like you've been in the jungle, have you?
I don't know why. I mean, maybe that should have been something that maybe had come up during character creation. I mean, I know it's tough.
Yeah, there's always going to be something that slips through.
All right. Let's roll for initiative.
Dun, 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 dun. Getting right into it.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh, 19. It's not natural.
No. Yeah, you gotta say natty 19 when it is.
I rolled high for initiative. I'm good this time.
4 for Copernicus.
Whoa! I beat.
All right, Zavril, what do you got?
13. It's already on the list.
Okay, Copernicus got what?
A 4. Copernicus just assumes Zavril can take care of himself.
All right, Zimwabi, add a turn. He got 14. All right, and Quincy.
Quincy got an 8.
And Arame.
19.
So, this is what we have going on. I'm going to describe the situation for everybody listening. Arame and Zimwabi were setting up camp when they heard the scream of Zavril getting attacked by this plant-like creature. Copernicus, Hart, and Quincy were out gathering resources when they heard the scream. From the camp, Zimwabi immediately starts charging into the jungle in the direction of Zavril. So he's about 35 feet away from Zavril. Arame about 10 feet behind him at this point. Let's start off top of round. Oh, wait. 1 is Arame. What do you do in this situation?
Irame will drop what she is doing to follow Zimwabi.
So double movement?
I think Irame would stay.
Stay behind him?
Yep.
I see what you're doing. Okay. So you move there behind Zimwabi. Next is Zimwabi. Zimwabi is continuing his charge with his Yakowa.
This guy's not very cowardice.
No, at this point, Zimwabi, I mean, you don't know this, I guess, but Arame, you probably saw it because you were with him. At this point, you immediately, especially being an anthropologist, got the sense that he feels responsible for Zavril's life at this point.
My impression also is that he's okay. Like, there are just general dangers in the jungle that he's probably familiar with, that they all probably, like anybody who's grown up there, is probably familiar with, which is quite different than fighting like another human being or a bigger monster, but like crocodiles and carnivorous plants and stuff like
It
that.
does seem that he wouldn't fight if the odds were against him. Like,
Yeah.
if he knows that he's not going to make it out, he sees no point in dying.
Mm-hmm.
And he deems himself a coward for that.
Zimwabi is slashing at piercing at the creature with his Yakowa, missing or not penetrating the tough plant-like, bark-like hide of this creature. Misses, sadly. Next is Zavril. Now, before you go, something is going to happen.
Dun dun dun.
As you begin your turn, all right, until this grapple, because you're still grappled, right?
Right.
The target you're restrained. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna need.
A few more D10s.
Need some
Can I
dice.
get 4 more D6s?
Holy shit sticks. I've got 2.
This could be the end of Zavril. My poor family. That's what I get for opening up about that.
He gets this damage at the beginning of his turn.
Yes.
Ooh.
This is the poison is now coming into you.
If
46?
Zavril dies, Quincy he'll send some gold to your family.
That's the end of me.
18 poison damage.
Jesus.
Ouch.
Yep.
Holy shit.
As the poison rips into you through these vines.
Hope you're good at Constitution. Oh no, it's not even Constitution.
Irame was
50
just starting
chance.
to like you.
Yep. Now, if you're still conscious, you can roll an escape check to break free.
All right. Well, I need to do 2 things here. Is it my turn?
It is your you took that at the beginning of your turn.
Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm casting Zephyr Strike. Essentially what it does, it's just a verbal component, and it doubles my movement speed, and my movements do not provoke opportunity of attacks. And then I'm going to try with all my might to get out of this thing.
All right, so you're casting a spell, right? Is that a bonus action?
Yeah, it's a bonus action,
All right,
which
and
I'm
you're
doing
using-
before my...
And you're using your action to escape.
Correct.
All right.
Right.
So give me either an athletics or acrobatics check.
12.
Make it a good one. Sadly, you remain grappled.
That's all I got, boys.
All right. Now, that's it for Zavril. Quincy, you're up.
Quincy is going to turn to Copernicus, who is nearby, and say, "Our friend needs us. Let us make haste." And infuse those words with inspiration, and specifically the Mantle of Inspiration, which gives us both an extra 5 hit points, but also gives us a movement as a reaction.
Awesome. So, how does that work mechanically? A movement as a reaction.
So when it's your turn, you get to... as a reaction, you don't even have to wait till your turn. Is that correct?
That is correct. You can use reactions outside of turn.
So we could both, as a reaction
Double
to
move?
that, move right now, yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Yeah, so Copernicus will drop his stuff and start hightailing it towards Zavril.
Yeah, so for Quincy, it will be a double move. He'll put himself into position next to Zavril. And for Copernicus, it'll be a single move until it's his turn.
Can I
Okay.
dash?
Well, because it took an action for me to use inspiration, and I still have a movement for my turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the movement as the reaction.
Right. So you can do it. Can I dash for this movement?
You won't need to,
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, you're right. I can just go 30 feet. Let's get in the fight.
All right, so
So I want to be right up next to Zavril, to the west of Zavril. 1 square to his left.
right there.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah, I'll come in 30 feet straight ahead.
right here.
Yep.
All right. Quincy ends his turn. Copernicus, Hart, you already moved, right?
That was my reaction, so I can move again now.
Okay.
But I will, as my action, summon my longsword. So that appears in my hand, and there's not much I can really actually do this round. I'll summon the longsword, and I will hex him as a bonus action, and that's a 2nd level hex spell, not my warlock hexblade curse. So whenever I hit this thing with the hex on it, I do an extra 1d6 necrotic damage.
Okay.
As I'm running into battle, I'm just muttering evil curses.
All right, so your hex is going to be that little skull and crossbones on it, so...
Yep, and I'll
Let me know when
advance to within melee range. So 5 feet within.
Right here.
Yep.
All right. Next up is the Assassin Vine. Unless, is that your turn, Copernicus?
Oh, yes.
Okay, yep. Next up is the Assassin Vine. Now, at the sight of everybody here, the vines drop Zavril. You take 2 fall damage. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm unconscious.
Just kidding.
What happened to Irme's turn?
I'm just kidding.
That's my hit points.
Irme went
She went at the
first.
top.
Yeah, she stayed behind. She didn't want to go beyond
okay.
Zimwabi.
I didn't think
okay.
Irme would go beyond Zimwabi into the jungle.
It was probably a smart move. All right.
Probably.
Yeah. So now the Assassin Vine, at the sight of everybody coming within range, it dropped Zavril out of its grips and is using entangling vines. So it
Shit.
so all the normal vines and roots that are along the ground in a 15-foot square.
But did I really take 2 falling?
No,
damage?
you didn't take. I was just
Okay.
no. So covering Quincy, Zavril, and Copernicus.
And Zimwabi.
No.
No, not Zimwabi.
15 feet square.
Oh, okay. He cast it out. Yep.
Is going to be... So the 3 of you guys, these normal vines under your feet, it's going to become difficult terrain, so you get half movement speed. And roll a strength saving throw.
17 for Quincy.
10 for Copernicus.
Copernicus,
9.
you find you are unable to move. Zavril, you find you are also restrained. Quincy, it attempts to restrain you and grab hold of your feet, but you manage to you actually manage to muscle your way out and snap the vines as they come up under your feet. And that is its turn. So now, yes, that 15-foot square beneath the 3 of you is now difficult terrain. And Copernicus and Zavril are restrained.
All right. So how does that work with the fact that I was already still grappled?
You weren't grappled. It dropped you.
You were
remember?
dropped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can only.
It dropped me and then restrained me again. Gotcha.
It dropped you as its single target to restrain us in area of effect.
Right. Exactly. So round 2, Irme.
Okay, so Irme is going to take her full movement speed forward.
It was nice knowing you folks.
You're gonna make it out of this, Zavril.
Your words of encouragement.
So, Irme, what do you got? Do you need a quick run? As you arrive on the scene, I see you just ran up into melee, or almost in melee. You see Zavril is in rough condition. What are you at, 2 hit points?
2 hit points.
Yep, he was hit harsh by a poor DM ruling.
Yep. I actually agree with that one.
I mean, yeah. So I see here Jeremy Crawford himself clarifies: if you're in a bog marsh, you're in a swamp. If you're in a tropical forest, aka jungle, you're in a forest. I didn't want to retcon the whole thing because that was our cliffhanger for a whole episode, and that just would have been poor. So instead, what I will do for you, my friend, is give you the first ever in Natty 19 history an inspiration.
All right. About time.
Yeah.
I'll have to mail you some of these TOA 19 tokens that we printed up.
And also, along with that inspiration, Zavril, you have acquired the favored terrain of jungle.
So is it going to replace forest? Because
No, it's not going to replace
In
it. It's going to be
addition to.
in addition to.
oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Jeremy Crawford, for getting back to us so quickly on that ruling.
This will be his initiation by fire. After this, he'll know his way around a fucking jungle.
That's right.
All right. So that is part of it. Like jungles or forests, even favorite terrain that I haven't been to. Like I would have to be in there for like an hour first before, I don't get lost and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess it does make sense in that way. So,
Yeah. I just couldn't sleep if you ended up dying because of this ruling.
yeah, I wouldn't have been able to either.
But so at least now you got an inspiration to possibly prevent a death. So let's continue on. Irame, you moved up close. What's your action?
So, hold on, pause on that.
I'm gonna go piss.
Because this actually affects a few things. Since it is my favorite terrain, then saving throws. Well, actually, we made a strength saving throw, right?
Yeah, and you just obtained it.
My proficiency bonus for inside of my favorite terrain is doubled when making saving throws. So, instead of being a 9? It would have actually been 11.
Which still would have failed.
Okay, perfect. We can continue.
I'm noticing on the hex I put on the creature. I didn't realize this. I can also add a disadvantage to one of its ability checks.
Oh.
So I get to the target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability.
Ooh.
So what do I pick? Like dexterity or constitution ability checks, or
Well, ability, those are...
Ability checks would be like a strength check and shit, right? Not even a saving throw, right?
Yeah, exactly.
choose one ability when you cast a spell.
All right.
Target has disadvantage on ability checks made.
So
with
that would be
chosen
strength,
ability.
dex, con, whatever.
That's what I was thinking.
So,
But not saving throws.
but not saving throws, just a check. So you would
Right.
use those checks in like grapple situations. For example, you'd make a strength check to grapple somebody.
Yeah, I'll do strength then if that makes. I want to pick something that's
You want to
gonna
pick
fuck
something
it
that
up.
makes a difference.
Right.
All right. Let me see. It's. Yeah. In this situation, I'm not sure that's even going to really have an effect.
Yeah, well, it'll be strength anyway. So
All right. So unless we have any further interruptions, Irma, did you finish your turn?
Jesus,
Jesus
go
Christ,
already.
the fuck
What are
is
you
taking
I
doing?
so
thought she was unconscious.
So, running forward, Irame will intertwine her fingers and pull her hands towards her chest, flip so her palms are outward, and thrust forward while saying Koruse, and send a firebolt hurtling towards the swampy thing.
Oh shit, does this mean that there's going to be some wild Fey-Res magic?
It might.
Okay. Ooh.
As Christy flings her 20-sided die off the table.
Oh, I have another one here.
You sure you don't want that roll?
I did want that roll. Okay, so 11 to hit.
11. Let me check the AC. That's a miss.
Yeah, I figured.
A plant?
I know, it's stationary.
It's got natural armor. You saw Zimwa B bounce off it
that's
with his
true.
blade.
Yeah. Heavy
Alright.
bark.
Next up.
It's like a bark skin spell.
Next up. Irame, you're done? Your turn.
Yes. That
Zi-
concludes my turn.
Zimwa B again. Now emboldened at everybody now arriving. He's going to once again pierce at this. Zimwa B, sadly, once again, the Yakowa is just not getting through this tough hide of this viney creature. And in case we didn't describe this plant creature, not much to describe that you probably already didn't envision. It is just a viney plant creature.
Well done.
Thank you.
Zavril.
So wait, are the vines like? Is the creature composed of vines, or are the vines like limbs, like extensions of the creature?
Honestly, the picture that I dug up online, which is the outline on the picture they use in Beyond, like in Beyond they use like a shadow of this image. But the description to me anyway was more plant-like. This picture is more creature-like. You know,
It looks like
Yeah.
a creature made of plant material.
Yeah,
Right.
with the layout of this map, it seems that like it's spread out over the ground, but it has a core.
Yeah, I will say.
like Swamp Thing?
I will say, as a special ability,
Swamp
if it's
Thing,
standing
yeah.
still, it blends right in with the environment, and that thing doesn't strike me as something that can do that. You know what I mean?
Oh, trust me, you would never have seen it. You know, I'm very perceptive with these things.
Irame would have
No.
sat down under it to read a book.
All right, Zavril, you're up. What do you have? You have
All right,
2 hit points left.
because it released me, am I taking poison damage this round?
No, you're not. You are not taking continuous poison damage. It was just a one-time invasion.
Wonderful. All right, I am going to attempt to break free
Okay.
and escape.
You'll give me an escape check. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's gonna be a strength check only. I'm sorry. It's not gonna be.
You said strength check because it's the new one. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, it's not no longer an entanglement.
It's no longer a
Strength?
grapple. It's,
grapple,
it's
sorry.
Strength or athletics?
athletics. Strength
Okay.
athletics check.
All right, so that's actually going to be a 20.
20. You snap out successfully. The
All right.
vines shatter, and you are now free.
What is the reach on this creature?
If you had just looking at it, assessing the situation, you give it a 20-foot reach.
Holy shit.
Okay, so with that, my Zephyr Strike would still be up. Duration 1 minute. So I'm going to fully utilize it and run back to camp.
All right.
What? It's taking off on us, huh?
Two
Zavril,
things that
I have come to aid you.
I
You
know,
escaped
right?
me.
Zavril.
All right.
Zavril. All right. So Zavril does appear to have withdrawn to some degree.
Well, I hobbled. Let's just say that.
All right.
Give
for
me
the-
1 moment. I am doing movement speed math. You said it was difficult.
It's
terrain.
difficult terrain for that first 15 feet. So you're going to be moving at half speed until you get out of there. Or each square
I
is going to
get-
count as 10 movement
All
instead
right.
of 5.
I get 60 movement
Okay.
for this. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I will stop there.
All right, so for the listeners, Zavril just moved. He's about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away from Quincy, who went up to heal him. And he put him maybe in a... So he's probably about 35 feet away from the creature now.
Right.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yep. That concludes my turn.
Quincy, you're up.
Okay, so I have a quick mechanical question. Can I draw a weapon while I'm moving? Or is
Yes.
it two separate? Okay. So Quincy, seeing Zavril withdraw,
Hobble.
hobble away, like escape desperately, he realizes what serious condition Zavrel's in. He's going to fall back and follow him. He's going to draw his rapier while he's moving toward Zavrel, just so that he's ready in case, for when he goes back into melee. But he's going to cast, when he reaches Zavrel, he's going to cast Cure Wounds with a 2nd level slot.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, okay. Also, you probably triggered opportunity of attack as well.
Oh.
No. Wait.
You said 20 feet?
Yes, but it's not a... Give me 1 sec to verify this.
He's moving out of his threat range. That would trigger it, right?
Yes, yes, it would.
Well, he'll do it anyway. I mean, that's just what he's going to.
Yeah, it's a... that
miss.
constrict ability is a melee weapon attack, it says, and I believe that is classified for such a...
And can you move that far in the restricted area? We already went over that. Because you're in the entanglement.
The entanglement just makes it double.
Those two, I had to move through a couple.
Yeah, so each of those
Okay.
squares counts as 10 instead of 5.
Right.
So yeah.
I think I was able to just barely.
Yep. And it rolls armor class 8. You lucked out on the attack of opportunity. He rolled a 2.
Yeah, as he moves toward Quincy, he just leaps and rolls, avoiding the vines that are shooting up around him. And then toward Zavrel, and then when he reaches Zavrel, he just reaches out and touches him. Quincy knows that without Zavrel, the party is nowhere near as effective. So he casts Cure Wounds as a 2nd level spell for a total of 11 hit points.
11 healing on Zavrel.
Don't you get your bonus added to that?
Oh, is there a bonus added to that?
Your spell attack bonus, doesn't that get added?
No.
Are you sure? Let me check. Yeah, plus spellcasting ability modifier.
Yeah.
So it's actually 14.
What?
Yeah, that's how I
Jesus.
always did it when I healed with my ranger.
Quincy was a way better healer than Maka.
I know.
Maka didn't give a shit about y'all.
Was Maka a healer? Oh yeah, she was
She
a
was a
cleric.
cleric.
But
she was-
one wouldn't have known.
But she was of the war domain, so she was she always wanted to be in the fight.
All right, so how much did you heal, Zavrel?
I healed Zavrel 14 points of damage.
Puts me right back in it, boys.
All right, that's what I want to hear.
Puts him up to 16.
Nice.
You want me to update it for you?
It's already updated.
Oh, how come it's not updated on mine? Oh, there it goes. All right. Next up, Copernicus Heart.
No big lead up, just hacking with the sword at it. Ah, man, I can't get a hit off.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
12 to hit.
12. Hold on,
Armor class 12.
Armor class 12 is a miss. This thing's got tough hide.
We must fight.
You feel it. You feel it as you smack at it with your weapon. This thing is tough. Next up,
I don't think any of us has injured this beast. This plant, this creature.
All right, so he's got 3 targets in front of him now. Somebody is getting the vine. Oh, poor Zimwabi. Zimwabi, a larger vine than the ones that hit that area. You could tell this one actually belongs to him, whereas the other ones were just natural ones that he animated. That it animated, I should say. I think it's genderless. It's going to attack Zimwabi, and it's going to nail armor class 19, and that's going to be a hit. So Zimwabi is... this thing just almost instantly wraps itself around Zimwabi and just starts crushing him. And he is going to immediately take 13 bludgeoning damage and is grappled. Zimwabi looks like he has 5 hit points left. All right.
Quincy is concerned about what might happen to us if we're left out here without a guide, and then feels shame because that was his first thought and not for Zimwabi's safety.
Top of round 3, Arame.
Copernicus had the same exact thought. So
Yep.
We're gonna have no guide.
Yeah, Arame, you're up. Jesus, this might be a fucking TPK, guys.
This is tough.
I got 2 other characters.
Fucking called
ready.
Hope you guys got alts rolled.
I have 2 alts waiting to
Fucking Chult, man. What do you got,
Fucking
Arame?
Irame is going to... I'm a little bit stuck, guys. I gotta ask you a question. So, in the chaos, I'm having an Irame left without her symbol that she uses, her crystal. So she's been having to use her verbal commands and all that kind of stuff. John, do you think that there would be mica on the ground of Jolt?
Wait. You don't have your spell focus on you anymore?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Why wouldn't you?
I was thinking that maybe she didn't have it on her because she left in such a hurry and she was boiling the water.
Where
and
do you normally keep
would,
it?
I would think you would be in your robes, or I would think your spell focus would be on your person.
Yeah, this is
And
fucking
weren't
tough
you using
enough.
a spell to cast?
Yes, but
to
that's why.
create the
Did you
fire?
notice I used the verbal? I used the verbal command
Right.
and the motion with my first spell. It's not a big deal. I can do something else. Just I'm curious. Is there mica in Chult? Is actually really the question.
Honestly, I never really thought about the
Yeah.
minerals.
Mineral makeup.
yeah.
30% chance.
the
What
mineral
hell?
deposits that made up Chult over the course of
I
thousands
know.
of
That's
years.
why I was like, is it like here where
yeah.
there's fucking mica,
Micah
everywhere?
Yeah.
No, it's
You know?
probably not like
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
Okay.
That's fair.
Man.
That's
Yeah, I
That's
think it's
fair.
fair. It is fair. It was more of a
But honestly, I think you'd have your spell focus on you. I
It
mean,
was-
the thought that that would be like running into the jungle with no weapon. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
Irame is completely inexperienced.
she says she didn't have it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do a percentile.
You don't know.
That'll learn you.
You don't need to do I can do a different spell. I was actually just curious about something like that.
All right. You
Yeah, you
guys
already
are-
said
you
no.
guys are
Yeah.
That'll
destined
learn
to
you. I
fucking-
mean,
Yeah.
next time you keep
Yeah.
that goddamn spell focus on
Oh
you.
shit.
But it's not. That wasn't like the end of the world. Like, you know what I mean?
It might be the end of your fucking
James looks-
expedition.
James looks like how I envisioned Pernicus would look if he knew.
Yeah.
Like he just
Found out.
he has this look on his face like, oh my god.
This is fucking hard enough as it is.
Or we can just I can just say I have my spell focus on me. That's fine.
I was there
it's
with
not,
you. I could understand. Like,
it's
if,
not
if
the
you
end
had
of
a
the-
picture of what your character was doing.
It's also too like most of my things are verbal. Like one needs the extra, and I was just curious.
Well, bring it how you envision.
I will. Okay.
All right, Arame, you're up. What do you do?
Irame is going to cast Ray of Frost, and you hear her shout, "Frigus!" And as she moves her arms forward, pulls them in, and pushes out again, she sends a frigid beam of blue-white light toward the creature.
All right.
Okay, we need this.
22.
Yes.
22 is a hit.
The first hit. I believe.
The first hit in
There's just-
2019 history.
Feels like it.
Doesn't say to add anything. So 7.
7 points of damage.
Not bad.
And
And it's cold. Cold damage.
good to know.
Shut up.
Good to know.
Shut up.
Vulnerable
da-da-da-da.
to cold.
I was hoping because it's fucking hot
You
here.
do notice that it seems to absorb
Plants don't like cold.
a lot of that damage.
What?
Oh shit.
Plants don't like the cold.
Exactly, which is why it built a resistance to it.
Oh, fuck.
So it was
In
resistant.
the hot ass jungles of Chult.
So does it take
It's
half
resistance to
or
both.
does it do nothing?
It's resistance to you notice it takes you notice it's resistant. It does
Resistance means half.
means
Yep.
half. All right. Yeah, so it didn't do as much damage as you would have thought it did.
You round down, right? So it would have been 3.
No, I round up.
You round up. I didn't
Round
know
in the player's
what the
favor.
rounding rule was.
All right, so and nothing else happens.
Its
that a-
movement speed is reduced by 10 feet, but
Oh.
I don't think that applies to this particular
Yeah.
creature. That's why.
All right, Zimwa B is gonna take poison damage. I mean, I don't even know if I should roll. I think he's just gonna start making death saves.
So if he doesn't make it, I see we just hop in the canoes. Whose bright idea was
Abandon
it
the
to
mission?
We must first search him for the charter we need. Then we can leave in the canoes.
Zimwa
Irame,
B,
you surprised me.
Zimwa B is now dying on the ground. What?
Whose bright idea was it to stop here?
I wanted to double time down the river,
Everybody's
guys.
except for Copernicus.
All right, the vine releases Zimwa B's dying body onto the viney jungle floor. Zavril, you're up.
Zavril is going to cast Hunter's Mark on the viney creature. The biggest vine that I see.
All right, Hunter's Mark is
That's going to be my bonus action. And then for my actual action, I will focus my ire on the creature and utilize my Slayer's Prey feat. Which, again, neither of them do anything until I actually hit it.
all right.
And with that, I will move within 10 feet of the the reach of my whips towards the actual vine itself.
Creature.
Yes, the creature. Any vines I see.
All right, there you are. All right.
All right, and well, I guess that's all. I already used my action, so I can't pull out my weapons yet.
Well, you pull out your weapons with your movement.
Okay, well then I will throw aside my trench and grab my whips into my hands.
All right, Quincy, you're up.
When Quincy sees Zimwabi go down, he's going to rush in that direction, place himself between Arame and Zimwabi, and also as a second level spell, cast Cure Wounds
All right.
for 12.
All right, Quincy
recovery.
once again comes in, brings Zimwa B, who's still prone now, but at least he gasps for air. Quincy, you fool! All right, is that your turn?
That's, yeah.
All right, Copernicus Heart.
Copernicus is gonna keep hacking away at him. This time, I switched up my 20-sided die. Those white dies have been failing me over and over again. So I
They're
got
so beautiful, though.
I got my sparkly green. I've had this since I was a child, and
Nice.
here we go. Jungle die.
Jungle die inbound.
Hucking 12.
Armor class 12.
Yep,
That's a miss.
that's a miss.
Another
Miss.
12.
Another 12.
I'll slap my sword against my shield. Come at me, beast.
You need to try harder, Copernicus.
I need more power.
All right, the assassin vine is now up. I mean, Jesus. Look at this.
We're all ripe
One,
for the taking, all clustered around it.
over the squares of Arame, Quincy, Zimwabi, and Copernicus. The natural vines on the ground come to life, grab a hold of you, make a strength check. Failed means you're restrained.
16 for Quincy.
16 breaks free.
8 for Copernicus.
Copernicus, you are restrained. Arame,
That's a 1.
you are restrained. And Zimwabi is prone, so he manages to rip his arms free from the vines, but he's still prone. All right,
It must be the adrenaline that keeps Quincy standing.
round 4. Top of the round, Arame. You are restrained, so you can't move, but you could still attack. Do I have that right?
Yes. So this creature looks like it's still in great shape, right?
Yes.
So
Nobody's really hit it yet.
I think Irame is going to go on the defense and cast Blade Ward.
Okay. All right. And what does Blade Ward do?
It protects me from bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Okay.
It gives me resistance too.
Okay, yep, gotcha. All right, Irame, you cast Blade Ward.
So Irame will shout Praesidium and trace a sigil of warding in the air.
And the air around you shimmers a bit. Shing. And you gain protection. Zimwabi recovers to his feet as his movement action, and he attacks with his Yakowa. Taimora, guide my spear.
Come on, Zimwabi.
Natty 19.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's going to be a hit.
What did we
And
decide? Natty 19, 19% chance of an inspiration token.
For the DM.
all right, and he is two-handing this bad boy
I like that idea, though.
for 7 damage. Finally, this thing gets cut.
It's looking hurt now.
No. Got a little chunk taken out. Screeches out from somewhere. You have no idea where, but... And no, the vines kind of retract a little bit. And now it is Zavril Dawn Tracker. You're up. Oh, you got to do something. The party is in rough shape.
I'm about to write this creature into my book. With my whips drawn, I am going to give this thing a relentless assault.
All right, let it roll.
Alright, my first attack with my first whip will be armor class 14.
14's a hit.
All right. Thank
Alright,
God.
hold on. You're gonna have to pay attention to this damage here because it's about to be pretty insane. Alright, so it's gonna be 5 slashing from the whip. It will be 2 force damage from the Zephyr Strike. It will be 6 slashing damage from Hunter's Mark, and will be 4 damage from Slayer's Prey, for a total of 17 damage for the first whip.
All right. Took a little bit of a chunk out.
Wow.
That's what we need right there.
That's what we needed right there, guys. Finally, this thing takes some damage. Now, let's see that second whip.
Alright, and the second whip, armor class 21,
Nice.
That's going to be a hit.
7 slashing damage from the whip itself,
All right.
and then 4 slashing damage from the Hunter's Mark, for 11 total.
All right. Finally, this thing begins to ooze a bit of sap.
Oh, man.
Oh,
28 damage, this thing, a little teeny tiny scratch on it.
No, it's now
It's bloodied.
officially bloodied in 4E terms.
You mean sappy.
It's sappy.
Ah,
All right. Next, does that conclude your turn? You got any
Yep.
other bullshit up your sleeve?
that will conclude my turn.
All right, Quincy, you're up now. Finally, seeing Zavril finally let loose has reinvigorated your morale, as this thing clearly,
Oh, yeah.
in one salvo, is now affected.
Quincy is glad that he brought Zavril back into the fray. But he's going to, noticing that this creature, this plant, brings vines up in an area, in a cluster, he's going to try to spread out. So he's going to move a little bit.
Are
So
you
we
still
play-
Quincy
Quincy was never restrained.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was just
never
wondering-
restrained.
okay, gotcha.
So he's going to move himself behind the creature.
All right.
And then he's going to try to cause some damage with his rapier. And that's a 22
That's a hit.
Yeah. There we go, guys.
for 7 points of damage.
All right, good.
Piercing.
Yeah, you just you definitely phase it with that damage. Copernicus Heart
All right. Copernicus is emboldened seeing all his teammates
coming together.
starting to hack into this thing, and he takes his longsword and thrusts it straight ahead in a piercing motion. Yes!
Disadvantage.
That's a 21 to hit. And disadvantage roll, 20 to hit.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
there it is. You crushed my
Well
spirits there for a second.
done, Sybil says in your ear while licking you.
So that is 3 magic piercing, along with, we'll make that 7. Sorry, 7 magic piercing and 3 necrotic damage for a total of 10.
All right,
So
yeah.
he thrusts this thing right into the vines and twists it, pulls it back out, and he's entangled. So, yeah, he just hunkers back down.
The vine is up. Now, seeing that it has an array of tangled targets now, because this is what it does, it sees Copernicus and Arame are both tangled. So it's going to be between them two.
Something.
Arame, you are getting an advantage attack by a tentacle.
Man, I just
Awesome
pictured
sauce.
some scene from Evil
Tentacle
Dead.
or vine?
The vine.
A viney tentaquar. This is not good. That's going to be a natty 19, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh,
This might spell the end
the first time that
The DM gets it. Ooh.
of Arame Finvane.
we hardly knew you.
Oh, wait, no. This is just the initial constricting damage, so she might live.
She might yet live.
Take it back. You're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as the tentacle vine wraps around you and begins to crush you.
We need to
Which
kill
will
this
only
thing
be
before that
5
poison
because I
seeps
have
into her.
resistance to bludgeoning.
Yes. The real damage comes next round with the poison.
We must finish it.
Do I get a chance to escape before the poisoning happens?
No.
Oh,
As soon as your round starts.
Yeah, at the beginning of your round is when you take the... Beginning of your turn, you take the poison
Oh,
damage.
yep, okay.
Round 5. Irme.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Why was all those dice?
She's vicious.
13 poison damage.
That puts me at 0, or do we go into negatives?
0.
Negative.
0.
And that was actually a really low roll. Just so you guys know. There was 2 1s, 2 2s, a 3, and a 4. All right, Irame is now dying on the ground.
We must beat it off, Irame.
The tentacles,
We can cut that
the
one
tentacles have her wrapped. They crushed her, and then
Release poison.
You see poison just dripping down her clothes and onto her skin, and you can only assume where the vine is touching her flesh that the poison is just seeping into it. Zimwa B sees this, enraged, two-handed Yakowa stabbing hits.
Nice.
Nice work.
Go
Max damage.
Zimwa B.
Fucking DM rolling rocks.
See if he gets any bonuses to that damage. No. Okay. Yeah, Zimwa B sees Arame go down and just in a rage, thinking about his family, everything, just thrust two-handed with that spear. Boom. Zavril, you're up. I mean, based on what we saw from Zavril last round, you could kill this round.
I can't put out that much damage anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then Arame's probably gonna die.
Yeah, I don't get Zephyr Strike anymore, so that force damage.
Gotcha.
All right,
That's all right. She
Time.
probably has an alt that she can play next time.
time to save Arame. I will continue to lash out at this thing with my whips.
All right.
Whip number 1. Armor class 16.
Armor class 16 is gonna hit.
It's going to be 4 slashing damage from the whip, 5 slashing damage from Hunter's Mark, and it will be 2 slashing damage from Slayer's Prey.
Yeah. Cleave into it. Take out some good more chunks. Chunked it good.
And for the second whip, It will be
Nice.
Nice.
21.
21 to hit. Nice.
Miss. No, I'm just kidding. You got it. All right, let's see some damage.
All right.
Let's see it.
And it will be 4 slashing damage from the whip,
Guys, this could
along
be it.
with 5 slashing damage from Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
It's still alive.
Aye.
Oh,
Can you squeeze out any more damage, Zavril?
that's all I got.
Quincy, you're up. Do you get the killing blow?
No, Quincy will not. Seeing Aramay go down, and that this creature is still alive.
You see it's on its last leg.
Yeah, he doesn't feel confident enough with his rapier, so instead he's going to try to encourage everyone around him. We must defeat this thing. Give it all you've got. And uses Bardic Inspiration, and that will give, he's going to use it on Zimwabi. He's going to use it on Copernicus, and let me take a look at this for a second. If he gives it to Aramay, I think she could use it for her saving throw, including
Like
a death
a
save.
death save?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my god.
So I'm also going to select Aramay. That gives you a D6 that you could add to any of your D20 rolls. It could be after your roll, but before it's determined whether or not. And he's going to position himself. He's going to move back around,
Actually,
position himself so that he's near Aramay and Zimwabi.
I might have a case against the death save inspiration.
Yeah.
Only because don't you have to be conscious to be inspired?
I don't know about that.
All
If
right.
you're at 0 hit points, you are definitely unconscious. Right?
You're definitely unconscious
Okay.
and dying. Oh, yeah. It's
The creature must be able to hear the bard.
must be able to hear them. Yeah, so instead of Aramay, then it will be Zavril.
All right, Copernicus Heart. You are restrained still.
Can I try to break that?
You absolutely can try to break it.
Will that be my turn, though? I won't be able to attack.
It'll be your action.
No, okay. To the abyss with you. And I'll strike out at it again. Disadvantage rolled. And no, a
Is it
7.
worth using the
No.
inspiration?
No. It's close.
No, probably not at a 7.
So I just keep trying to beat it back.
All right. Well, sadly, it gets another go.
That disadvantage really screwed me.
Yeah.
I had an 18 and a 3 on the die.
It just goes to show, man. Here we go. The Assassin Vine. It's got Copernicus. Aramay's already dead or dying. So it's going to go after
Jesus.
Copernicus because Copernicus is the only one that is restrained. Advantage. It's going to hit armor class 14.
Armor class 14 is a miss.
Aramay.
Try again.
This is the top of round 6. Aramay. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in Natty 19 history, our first death save.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Copernicus never got a chance to roll one.
You got me back up when I went down.
So you roll a d20 on an 11 or above is a success.
And what? And
You get 3. You know?
Okay, it
You,
will
you
be
need
good.
you need 3 fails to die permanently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got time. It's not. Well, you know what I mean.
You got
It's
3 rounds, 2 rounds.
A miss.
you
fail.
have 1 death save. Next.
No, one
Or
fail.
One
One
fail.
fail.
One death fail. Zimwa B, inspired with the words of Quincy.
What'd you do to piss him off this week?
I know. He
He
won't
seems
even let
really
me read
happy about
rules
it.
or anything. He's like, fucking.
Nope, you're dying.
You're done. You're dead. You can't talk. You're dead.
Fear not, I have positioned myself to aid you.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking. You know,
I
it's,
need a healer.
it's just not looking. It's looking like Zimwa B is coming in hot at this thing with his Yakoa.
Every now and then.
Zimwa B strikes the killing blow on the Assassin Vine.
Zimwabi kills the assassin boy.
Nice work.
At that, before Irame could suffer death, Quincy will cast Cure Wounds, first level at this point.
All right. Give me a roll.
What do you need?
She will recover 6 hit points.
Holy shit.
Now this is a worthy beast, Copernicus. As I'm gonna cut out part of the vine to take with me.
I will follow suit with him.
All right. You guys.
use some of this vine.
You guys cut a piece off of it.
We should craft something of this.
After coming together as a team, looking around at your bloodied selves, Zimwabi stands, looks back up at the sky as the darkening clouds getting thicker and thicker.
Oh yeah, that.
My friends, we do not have much time. We must get back to the camp and build a proper shelter. Let us go together. I should never have let us go out alone in these jungles. We'll see you next time. Copernicus, did you get all the XP again from that, or
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't suck its soul out.